Hello, I have Aspegers Syndrome. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It just means I have an abstract mind, a mind unlike so-called normal people. So I live in my own world and do things a little differently, in other words. What's it like to have Asperger's? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. And I'm not going to show you just what goes on in my abstract mind. To answer your question, my friends are also going to share what goes on in their abstract minds. Because, as author Dr. Stephen Shore says, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. So autistic people are very unique. So please, come and journey into our abstract minds.
All right, we're ready. You can take it out and start playing.
My perspective view is living a working class lifestyle with dedicated people who are true to me. The job at Toyota is great. I feel I really enjoyed it the past year. I felt it was a much better fit, and it had a passion that I didn't know existed. So I had a passion of helping fix cars, and I enjoyed giving people rides. I've learned to be a better driver all the time, and I'll take criticism on the route I take, or if it's a new route that I learn. I want society to understand that I'm smart and still improving on my best work ethic every day, and that I'm an accomplished musician who has a peaceful life. An example of when a bad situation in my life gets too unbearable is when I make a bad mistake at work or school and I get yelled at. But I always think how I could do better and how I can always prepare for the next one and not overthink it. I feel the most isolated at home or at school, or if I'm alone at work, particularly in the past during high school or sometimes at work. When I feel isolated, it's usually sad in my world. But then it becomes happy and joyful again when I play music. So one of my big goals is to start my own business and continue the passion of playing music with a band nightly a few times a week, and eventually record music and get it out there. However the music world goes the next time around.
Recording?
All right. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name's Jacob, and my unique perspective on autism is that it's like being left-handed in a right-handed world. My world has a decent amount of color, but also some black and white in terms of abstract concepts of logic. I have strengths and weaknesses, but my weaknesses should not define me. I've been playing the piano for almost 15 years, and it makes me feel really happy when I sit down and play. And because I do struggle with some anxiety and depression and obsessive compulsive disorder, and that often goes hand in hand with autism. A lot of people don't realize that, but it does. More people need to be aware of that. It's disappointing that not nearly as many people are aware of it as there should be. And but yeah, the piano is a lifesaver for me. And I'm at the point now where I can play almost any song by ear, meaning without any sheet music in front of me that I have to read. And because my sense of sound is heightened. And in the beginning, the first 2 years I've been playing the piano, it was hard and frustrating for me. But I didn't quit. My parents could tell that I was frustrated, and they said, "Jacob, do you want to quit?" And I said, "No, I'm not giving up." And I kept going, and it became easier and more fun. And now, after almost 15 years, I have a great gift on the piano, and I wouldn't have it if I quit many years ago. So that's that. Thank you very much.
I think you're scaring some people.
Good. So as for myself, my world is like a weirdly, overly colorful, fast-paced, overly experimental music video. I think this because I feel like I'm colorful, and when it really comes down to it, obscure. Because I obsess over and take interest in things that might seem weird or abstract. Things get to be too much when people put pressure on me for things that aren't my fault. Or when I think I acted unstable in a public place. I try to be normal, but I can't. I just can't. Or when that guy leaves me undelivered, read, or doesn't like my comment on Twitter. Oh God, he must need my guts. I feel so embarrassed. Why does this always happen? I was just trying to help, and I'm sure now everyone else on that feed thinks I'm a creep too. Why don't the right people talk to me on Grindr? And why are you laughing? What's so funny? It's not funny. Stop! Not only do I feel isolated, when I know for a fact that my colorful way of thinking and who I choose to love will cause people in my family to think different of me, but I feel even more isolated when I try to take part in a community that preaches love and acceptance, and I don't ever feel loved or accepted by anyone. Whenever I try to talk to anyone within this said community, I feel everyone harshly judges me, looks at me funny, or shoves me aside and dismisses me just because I think like this. No one will ever understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm behind in life. Like I feel like I'm no good at my craft, or really anything. Why can't I live my life like others? I can't live my life like others. I'm too obscure and abstract. However, just like experimental art, people always have their personal tastes, and really art in general. So, my unique and obscure qualities and thinking, I realize that just may not be everyone else's thing. But some people do seem to appreciate it. And I think that's really awesome. That's what keeps me going, So is Asperger's Syndrome really harmful? No. All it really does is cause people to have a different perspective, to have an abstract mind. And and these perspectives completely vary from person to person. In addition, each person's perspective is certainly equally as interesting as ours. So, as I said, please consider giving a person with autism a chance and journeying into their abstract mind. They'll certainly have some interesting things to tell you.